What is up, YouTube? JP, host of Kayfabe Chronicles, coming at you again. Sorry for the delay on this. I was really busy the past couple days, so I'm a couple days late coming to the party. But I'm going to talk to you guys tonight about my review of WWE SummerSlam. Woo! Hottest event of the summer, SummerSlam. All right. Anyway, so I'm not going to be as in-depth as I have with my other previous reviews, because to be honest, I missed a good chunk of it. I missed the entire pre-show. I missed the opening contest. As a father, I wasn't able to watch the first little bit because I was busy taking care of my son for the first little match. So unfortunately, I can't give you any of my feedback on that stuff. All I know is that Jericho and Kevin Owens won. That's pretty much all I know. I missed the entire thing. So, boo to me. So yeah, I'm just going to give you my 95% review of SummerSlam. So the first match I watched was the second match of the night, which was the defending women's champion Sasha Banks. Woo, Sasha! Taking on Charlotte. As usual, I'm always playing the favorites towards the women. I said women's wrestling has really come a long way over the past little while, and I fully recommend checking it out. It's not the diva crap you used to see years ago. Like, this is legitimate boss stuff. That's right, boss. So anyway, going into the match, everyone thought, this is going to be the super most easy, predictable match. Everyone figured, they just put the belt on Sasha, so why would they take it off her? And I was the same thing. So the outcome of this match completely threw me for a freaking loop. I was pretty much like this. At the end of the match, I had no idea what the hell happened, and just completely baffled me. If I've been going into this match, a lot of people didn't see Sasha winning the Women's Championship on a Monday Night Raw. Everyone actually assumed that she would be fighting Charlotte for the title at SummerSlam, and she would beat her at SummerSlam. So them giving her the title on a Monday Night Raw was really shocking to a lot of people. A lot of people didn't see that coming, and I'm glad they did. It was a nice curveball that they threw to us. So I was really happy to see that. So I guess that's why I'm a little bitter by the outcome of this match. Like, understandably, hearing all the rumors and everything after that Sasha is legitimately injured, so they did have to take the title off of her while she does recuperate. So once you actually heard the whole reason why, it makes a lot more sense. Because while I watched it, I was just like, what the hell are the bookers smoking? This doesn't make any legitimate sense. This doesn't make a tit hell of sense to me. But the match itself was really high impactful. The Razor's Edge counter into the Frankensteiner off the top rope was pretty awesome. Sasha countering the natural selection into the bank statement. That was really cool. At first it looked like a botch. It didn't look like she got the full impact in. She kind of slowly flipped over, but when she caught her and started pulling her back, that was really cool. Kudos to the one dude in the audience yelling, "Holy shit, you are the man. You are the man." It always sucks when there's one guy cheering in the crowd. You really want a lot more people to get into it. So, I thought that was a holy shit moment. Boo to me. The ending of the match, like I said, threw everybody for a loop. Her locking her into the bank statement and then just having her kind of casually roll on top of her. But then again, it makes a lot more sense because when Sasha beat Charlotte for the NXT title, it was kind of the same thing. It was just a simple roll, and it was oh, it's over. So while it happened, I was kind of bitter. It really turned the rest of the match off. It really turned the entire match off for me. But once I found out the whole backstory of why they did it, it made a lot more sense. All in all, it was a good match. I know these ladies have a lot more in them than what they did show. You could tell that Sasha was really feeling the pain. She wasn't going all full balls to the wall like she normally does. So all in all, not their best showing. Not, it could have been a lot more, could have had a lot more potential than it did, but unfortunately just due to circumstances beyond their control. They did what they could do. Not bad. I'll give them some love on that one. So right after the match, there was a whole backstage vignette between the club. As you can tell, I'm looking down at my notes because I said this was a couple of days ago and I don't remember jack diddly, so thank God I wrote this stuff down. So yeah, the vignette backstage between like AJ Styles talking with Dr. Gallows and I don't understand the whole doctor thing. I think it's a complete waste of potential with them. I understand like why they did it. Like, oh, we injured Big E, ring postitis, or the hell that's. Come on, like they developed themselves. They're a legitimately well-known group. Everyone knows who the hell they are, and I'm not buying it. I think it's a stupid gimmick. I'm pretty sure they just randomly reached into a hat and were like, "All right, you two are gonna be doctors today," and just. I did like the tease though, where like Finn came in and then they kind of like stared at each other, and I was all like, "Oh, it's good," and it didn't happen. It was just a total cock tease by WWE. But you know what? Whatever. Whatever. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Yes, AJ's on SmackDown, but Finn, when he gets back from his injury, which I will discuss more later. Yeah, when he gets back from his injury, we're gonna see the club. Come on. You'd be stupid not to do it. So up next was the Intercontinental Championship between The Miz and Apollo Crews. I love Apollo Crews. I think he has a lot of potential. And you know what? I know I'm going to get a lot of crap for saying this, but I like The Miz. The Miz is awesome. He's been a solid mid-carder his entire run. Yes, when he was champion, I didn't understand what they were doing that. But like, he works hard. He puts on good matches. He's a great heel. He can generate heat very easily. My problem with this is now the second pay-per-view in a row where they've given the IC title no push, no love, no storyline, no hype, nothing. Like, it's pretty much just another generic match. It's like, whatever, really. It's the Intercontinental Championship. It's for a belt, for God's sakes. You gotta push it. You gotta make people actually want to see this match. The only reason why I was remotely excited for it is because Apollo Crews was in it. But like the last pay-per-view when it was Darren Young, who the hell cares? And you could tell by the match. They just went out there and did whatever. They didn't give a shit. So, WWE, please, guys, it's a title. It's the Intercontinental Championship. It's one of the most beloved titles you guys have. Put some push into it. Make people actually care about the match. Make people actually want to see the title match. So, Miz comes down the aisle with some weird Phantom of the Opera thing. I understand that he's the movie guy. Whatever. I just watch it. I don't understand it. I really got nothing to say on this. Just this match itself said, like, even with two great performers, since they didn't push it at all, they didn't have any means for people to watch it, the audience really did not give a rat's ass. They were sitting there just completely dead the entire. And it doesn't help that you got the worst commentating by the SmackDown team. Seriously, guys, read all the comments people are making. No one likes the SmackDown commentary. JBL, I love you to pieces. You are a genius on the microphone when you were champion. What happened? You can't even piece together 3 sentences. Neither can I. But you're a professional, and I'm just some dude talking to his phone. Okay? So, like, Vince, you gotta like break down and figure out what you're gonna do here, because the people don't care about the SmackDown commentary team. People can. I'll just turn it off and listen to a guy taking a crap on a toilet, to be completely honest, because it's just as good. So yeah, the biggest problem is that, like, the audience really wasn't getting into it. There wasn't a lot of cheering. Therefore, the performances weren't as strong as they could have been. All in all, it was a solid match. So, like, Apollo Crews, did what he did. He pulled off all his agile moves. The Miz, great as always. It was your stereotypical match. Maurice interfered, costing Apollo Crews the match. Miz retains, whoopity-doo. On to the next one. I'm not going to give it any ratings or anything, because I'm trying to keep this one really fast, but it is what it is. Nothing too crazy. So, up next after that was AJ versus John Cena. 3. The first time they fought on like a mid-month filler pay-per-view, I was really shocked. I was like, why the hell are you wasting like this once-in-a-lifetime match on a mid-month filler pay-per-view? And I like the fact that they fought again. Well, granted, the second time was a tag match, but I was really excited they actually had him on a main show. And match of the night, hands down. Like, everybody flat out in the universe has said that this was the best match of the night. And it is. Like, nothing even came close to this. Just the stuff that those guys were doing. Like the 450 splash springboard off the rope. Like, who the hell does that? Usually you gotta climb up to the top rope and jump and do that, but like jumping from the apron to the rope and doing it, absolutely, absolutely phenomenal. Countering the attitude adjustment into a clash. Like, come on, AJ. Like, you are a god among men, and like, just everything you do is just absolutely amazing. And this whole match was, I don't even have words for it. Just watch it. Just give yourself a treat. Watch the only thing worth watching at the end of this clusterfuck of a pay-per-view. The end of the match was great. He hit him with the Styles Clash. He kicked out of the attitude adjustment. He hit him with a forearm, kicks out, hits him with another forearm. It was just, these guys left everything in the ring. And just even the end of the match where like John Cena took off his wristband and laid it in the center ring, like, yes, is Cena retiring? No, Cena's taking some time off. He has other stuff, like he's pulling a rock right now. He has other stuff that he needs to take care of. He's I know he wants to do the whole acting thing. He wants to do the media thing. Like, let him be an A-list celebrity for a little while. Have him come back his once a year. Like, he's already achieved everything he could. He's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. He has 15 world championships. He's done millions. Like, love him or hate him, the guy knows how to wrestle. The guy knows how to generate fan base. Like, yes, the kids love him, but that's what matters. Like, who are the target audience? The kids, the youth. Who are the ones that are going to be buying the t-shirts? The kids. Well, the parents buying it for the kids, obviously, but the fact that he does all that extra charity work says a lot about his character. So, you know what? Thank you, John Cena. You are the man. Your U.S. Open titles, like, that brought spark back to the hellhole that is Monday Night Raw. So, thank you, John Cena, for all that you've done. I wish you the best. I hope you do come back, and if not, we'll see you again. Yeah, I know you'll definitely be back. So that's cool. Jon Stewart. Like why? Like, you ruined last year's SummerSlam. Why are you out to like shit in the SummerSlam cereal bowl again? Like, why? Like, you come out and you ruin the New Day's entrance. You stand there, like, were you that desperate for money? Like, you don't have to be there. You're there making an ass out of yourself. You're like Pete Rose, who just kept showing up. Granted, I love Pete Rose getting his ass kicked by Kane all the time, but like, Jon Stewart, why? I don't even have anything to say about this match. Like, this, following up AJ versus John Cena, like nothing can compare to that. Like, that was like Natalya and Becky Lynch at Battleground coming out after Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Like, sorry, like, you guys can like create gold and cure all diseases, and you're still not going to live up to what just happened. So, I really have nothing with this match. It was just a huge tumbling pile of crap, the entire thing. And I love the New Day. I love you guys. You guys are one of the best things going on right now. I want to buy every box of Bootios and eat it. I want to wear the unicorn thing in public and not feel like an idiot. Just the whole match was just bleh. And granted, I did think the club was going to win because, it made a lot of sense. Big E's injured. The club would legitimately win, but Big E came back and got the New Day disqualified, so they're still champions. So, it's okay. It's, completely pointless. I don't know. Just not the best work by either team. And, like, both you guys have had solid matches. Like, both teams have done very well, and this was just kind of a throwaway mid-filler piece of junk. So, I'm sorry. I love you guys. You guys are two of my favorite teams. Just... All right, anyway, SmackDown title match. We got Dolph Ziggler against Dean Ambrose. Dolph Ziggler is one of those guys where you love him or you hate him. Like you can't take anything away from him. He knows what he's doing. He's one of the most solid guys in the company. No matter what match he's in, he makes his opponents look good. And that's the problem. He makes everyone else look so good that he's been constantly jobbing for the past little while, and he deserves way more than that, which is why I was happier than a pig in shit when I found out that he was getting a title shot. Like, I was like, it's about damn time, even though I know you're not going to win, because why would they take the belt off of Dean Ambrose, like the most loved guy in the company right now? Pretty much, I know why they did it. It's because Dolph Ziggler is probably going to retire within the next year and a half. So I think this was kind of like his last hurrah in the limelight. And plus, said everyone he wrestles makes look good, so who else you want to make look good? Like, like him and Dean Ambrose. A lot of hype going into the match, a lot of potential. It wasn't, it wasn't phenomenal. It wasn't the worst match of the night. It wasn't the best. It did rank in the top 3 for sure. I'm glad Dean Ambrose won. It made sense storyline wise, and I'm glad that Dolph was able to get his time in the limelight. So good for him. I would check it out again. Like, unfortunately, I'm not gonna lie, I actually missed the ending because I had to go to the bathroom. That's right. I went up to take a 10-second whiz, and the match ended. So poo-poo on me for having to go to the bathroom. But I heard it was great. I heard it was really good. Up next, the 6-woman tag match that I completely forgot about going into this. I was kind of checking off the matches as I'm seeing them, wondering why the order is going the way it is. And, women's match. Okay, I love Becky. Becky is my favorite woman on the SmackDown roster. She's very attractive. And if anyone says and everyone disagrees with me, you got to get your eyes checked because she's a good-looking girl. She's hilarious. Like, her interviews, her puns are absolutely just great. Just her entire character. I love that she just gets these crazy bursts of energy during the matches. And for finally the disarmer, come on, that legitimately looks like it hurts. Her Naomi. I was never really a fan of Naomi, old Naomi when she was trying to be a bad guy. The whole color rave dance thing, I'm not really getting, but the audience seems to really be enjoying it. So good for her. I love the kicks, like when she goes all crazy and does the double Chun-Li kind of thing going. That's really, really cool. And Carmella, big fan of Carmella in NXT. I was a little shocked when she got called up. I didn't think she was ready yet, but she's doing very well for herself so far. The audience loves her. She's really good on the mic. She's looking good in the ring so far. She had a really good match against Natalya for her debut, which she did win. So it was a really good push on her. And, obviously they were fighting Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and supposedly it was supposed to be Eva Marie, who we all know was suspended prior to it. So, which lets me wonder, why did they bother playing her intro again? The entire universe knows that she's suspended for 30 days, so why waste your time with her long intro? Even if she wasn't suspended, why waste your time with her long intro? Now I'm going to vent. Eva Marie, you look great. And that is it. I'm sorry. For someone who's been in the company for 3 years now, I know I'm preaching to the choir and everyone agrees with me, but you had to have picked up something by now. There's no way that you can still remain that sloppy and pull off that many botches in a match in 3 years of training and still have no freaking clue what's going on. And yet they're trying to push her. I think the suspension's a blessing in disguise, personally, just because if they were to slap the new SmackDown title on her and no one else, and ahead of all these other women, I would fly down to Connecticut and raise hell myself, because just you and your entrance that takes 45 years and I don't understand why they're trying to push your debut match and then stuff keeps happening. Why? Because they know you can't wrestle. But kudos for Nikki Bella coming back. That was a breath of fresh air. It was awesome to see Nikki back. I've been waiting. I've been patient. See, the Bella twins are what Eva Marie should be. They started off not great. They weren't really that good, but look at where they are now. Both of them were just phenomenal to watch in the past few years. So what the hell is your problem, Eva Marie? Jesus! So the match, it was good. Everybody had their moments. Everyone pulled off signature moves. A lot of good one-on-one-ons. The ending, when Nikki picked Carmella up and like held her in the torch rack, I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you, woman? Are you doing the rack attack seriously? That's how you broke your neck to begin with. But then she flipped her into a TKO. Fuck yeah. Always been a fan of the TKO. Like even when I play like the wrestling video games, my finisher is not the TKO, it's the rack pancake, which is similar to a TKO, but instead of the stunner, it's the neck breaker. So it's cool to see Kevin Owens doing that, by the way. You are the man, KO. I love everything about you. I'm sorry I missed your SummerSlam match, but you understand you're a dad as well. So yeah. Woo! So, right after this, it's the Universal title match. Why? Why? We still have the U.S. title match. Why would you put the Universal title match ahead of the U.S. title match? Nobody understood why. Eventually we figured out why. But at the time, I was just complete in utter shock. I was just like, that'd be like putting an Undertaker WrestleMania match is the opening contest. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like that's something you want to end with. Like that's the most hyped match. That was even more hyped than Brock versus Orton. So why would you not end with that? That's the first thing wrong with that. Second thing that's wrong with the match is this. What the fuck is this? It's like they took the women's title and the SmackDown title and then put them in a bag and then like sealed the bag and then threw it into a dark room and played Barry White and then the titles mated and made this thing. Like I understand that, Raw's red, but why does the belt have to be red? Why do you have to keep the same logo? This was your chance to create a unique and new title design. Instead, you take the exact same title and slap a different leather strap on it? And it's not even red. It looks like a weird shade of orange. Like, the entire time I'm watching this match, all I'm thinking of is, like, this is the title that goes to, like, the winner of like, The Nightmare Before Christmas. This is the Pumpkin King's title. The biggest problem with this belt is just everybody hated it. I don't know anybody out there who liked it. Everyone I've talked to was just in complete disgust of it. Like, you can even tell when they pulled the blanket off and unveiled the title, like, more than half the audience was booing. And it's the fact that the title was so ugly that's all I was thinking about the entire match. So instead of me wanting to watch this magical match between two of the best superstars going right now, all I'm thinking about is this ugly orange belt. And it really ruined the match for me. Like, I know that I should learn to grow up and focus on other things, but just the entire time I'm watching this match, I'm like, and the winner gets that orange piece of shit. Like, there's two orange pieces of shit in the world. There's that title, and then there's the chocolate you get in the pot of gold. And I would rather have that than this title. Like, it's just... And unfortunately, like I said, a lot of the match I really wasn't paying attention to. Like, it's the fact that it was so shitty that just took everybody's mind off it. So, like, I was able to, gather a lot of stuff. Like, Finn's makeup looked awesome. Like, I liked, the inscriptions that he had on his shoulders. I liked the green tongue coming out. That was really cool. Rollins' outfit with, the neon green, that was awesome. That was way cooler than CrossFit Jesus. This is, CrossFit Tron Jesus or something like that. All in all, what when I wasn't angry at the match, watching it, there was a lot of good. It's exactly what you knew it was going to be. It was just two up and coming superstars just unloading on each other. A lot of great counters, a lot of just high impact moves, a lot of great spots. Finn at the end, his mini coup de grace, then he did that, then the kick to the stomach leading to the ultimate coup de grace was great. Finn winning, I did not see that coming. That completely blew my mind. I love Finn Balor, but just him being elevated to that top spot right off the bat is a little weird for me storyline wise. I think that them going with Rollins would have been the wiser choice, because you don't want to push something to the new guy. You want to legitimize Rollins as a bad guy. You want to keep giving him like that heat. So him not winning the belt, I think, kind of made him look a little weaker. But all in all, solid match. Second best match of the night, hands down. So yeah, U.S. title match. What U.S. title match? Like I understand you guys are, like to generate, like, Roman Reigns can't get over if his life depended on it. Nobody likes him. So I think they went with the ultimate easiest way to get somebody over, and that's beat up the evil foreign bad guy. Like, they've been using that trick, like, Hulk Hogan with the Iron Sheik, and Lex Luger with Yokozuna and Ludwig Borg. People don't like the evil bad guy. It's one of the easiest ways to generate heat as an evil bad guy. I am not from America, and everyone's like, boo. Then a guy comes in, USA, woo. But it seemed to have worked. When Roman Reigns came into the U.S. title picture, everyone was bowing down and treating him like some weird demigod, which he isn't. But to each your own. So, one thing that really bugged me was Lana's outfit. Like, yes, Lana, you are a very attractive woman. I like your thing. But you were wearing a diaper. You were freaking wearing a diaper. Prove to me that's not a diaper. Overall, the match was non-existent. There was no match. Roman Reigns came out. They fought outside the ring. He hit him with a chair, injured his ribs. Match is over. It was a complete waste of a thing. I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to push the feud further. Because, if you would have Reigns lose, it would make him look weak and then no one would cheer him. But if you had him win, therefore the feud's over. So I see why they did it. But they could have easily had that match earlier on in the night, and it would have had probably more impact. Yeah. Yep. I like that, after the match was over, the crowd started cheering for Heath Slater. See, by now the audience doesn't care. They're completely fuck whatever. We don't care. I don't care. Let's cheer for Heath Slater. And goddammit, Heath Slater needs some love. We love Heath Slater. Like a 4-hour pay-per-view, and you just like a 4-hour pay-per-view, and they couldn't actually convert this into a match. Whatever. So whatever. I'm just gonna end it off with Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar. We all know the outcome. We've all seen the pictures. We all heard what happens. Was it a work? Who knows? Watching it again in slow motion, you could tell that they were stiffing each other a couple times. They were sandbagging a couple times. If you don't know those terms, it pretty much means legitimately trying to hurt the other guy. I've never been a fan of this. I don't like stiffing people. I don't like wrestling is a form of entertainment, and if you're trying to purposely hurt your opponent, that's the wrong thing to do. That's not why people watch this. If people want to see people legitimately beat the crap out of each other, that's why we watch MMA. That's why we watch boxing. That's why we watch stuff like that. We watch wrestling to be entertained, and unfortunately, that's not entertaining. This is me being serious right now. I know there's wrestlers who get off on that, and unfortunately, that's not cool. What was it a shoot? Was it a work? Who knows? People are saying yes, it was all planned. But just the overall ending where Randy Orton legitimately did get busted open. Yes, he did. If you see the pictures, that's definitely not a blade. The cut's way too deep to be a blade work. It's not a capsule. That's way too much blood to be a capsule. The capsule would have to be this big. They ended it. Then Shane McMahon came out. I'm guessing because that's not what was planned, and he's just trying to, all in all, it was just a weird ending. I'd have to research more into it, but I personally was shocked when I watched it. when I watched it. It wasn't the normal ending you would expect. It's not a good way to close out the pay-per-view. But you know what? Like, Randy Orton's going to come back after Brock's suspension. Brock wrestles, like, what, twice a year? Yeah, he'll come back, they'll fight again, and they'll get it all cleared up. But, all in all, this is the second year in a row where the NXT pay-per-view completely demolished SummerSlam. And that's not right, okay? I love NXT, don't get me wrong, NXT is phenomenal. Everything they do is gold. But when your training and up-and-coming program is beating your main show, especially considering that the NXT thing was 2.5 hours and your main show was 4 hours plus 2 hours of pre-show, like, and that's the problem. Every single time WWE presents like a 4-hour pay-per-view, it's garbage, alright? They have to start going back to the old theory of quality over quantity. Every time that there's an event with tons of matches, none of them get proper development, none of them get proper screen time. You're trying to cram as much crap into as much time as possible, and it doesn't work. It's what I like to call WrestleMania 2 syndrome. WrestleMania 2 essentially was a pay-per-view filled with just a bunch of matches that were very low quality. WrestleMania a couple years ago, like the whole 4-hour WrestleMania, where The Rock talked about his water for 20 minutes. Why? Because you had nothing else to fill the 4 hours. They need to go back to the ways of where it's legitimately long, good matches. If you have a 4-hour show and you got 12 matches, that's not enough time for 12. Like, you got to do the math. Like, some of the matches would only be getting 2-3 minutes of screen time, and that's not right. A good, solid match needs at least 15 to 20 matches to keep the audience going the entire time. Yes, granted, some people don't have the attention that other people do, but just in my past experience, I find that some of the longer matches, like the 15 to 20 minute length, is great. Anything longer than 20, that's where people start to doze off. So, all in all, I feel that this pay-per-view was one of the weaker ones of the year. The only saving grace was AJ versus Cena. A lot of the other matches I felt were just unnecessary, weirdly booked, weirdly planned. Like, I've been saying it, like via my tweets that, I just feel like that the outcomes of these matches were completely randomly decided. Like, there wasn't really any thought to it. They just completely, like, them backstage going, all right, and just kind of like throwing them up and onto like glitter paper, and wherever they land with glue, that's the outcome of the match. So, like, the next big event coming up is Survivor Series, which is always a good favorite of mine, but just unfortunately, just for the SummerSlam, I was surely disappointed. I know a lot of you people out there were disappointed as well. Like, next night on Raw, just they did clear a lot of stuff up. Like, Sasha is legitimately injured. Brock has been suspended. One of the biggest things that I was really upset about was the fact that Finn was legitimately injured during that match, and he did have to relinquish that beautiful orange title belt. And this needs to be addressed. All right, Seth Rollins, I love you to pieces. You are great. You're one of the best things going in the program right now. But that's 3 wrestlers he is legitimately injured in the past year and a half. And I think the WWE needs to like sit down and analyze this and work with him. Because I've seen other wrestlers get fired for less than that. And I know that he's like one of their top guys, so I think they're taking a blind eye to it. But someone could legitimately get injured for a long period of time because of stuff like that, and that's not cool. So, all in all, not a great pay-per-view, not a horrible pay-per-view. There's been far worse, but I know WWE's way, way better. They're way better than that. So, that's my 2 cents. Sorry I'm not getting all comedic on this one. I just had to tell you guys how I really felt about this. It is what it is. They have time to recuperate and everything. They got a lot of storylines working right now. And I know that they will improve from this, and then the next events are going to be great. So I'm counting on it. If you like the video, please click like. You can follow us on Twitter using the 2 names in the bottom, and please, please, please subscribe for more great videos. So, this is JP, and and I will catch you guys later.